But we don't really talk about it when there's no big election.
Absolutely. We know that 1/5 of Americans, eligible Americans, are not actually registered today. Even though we saw a big turnout in 2018, we know that 2/3 of young voters actually didn't cast their ballot.
2/3?
2/3. So we know that we have to talk about voting in a totally different way. It's about making a choice, not necessarily your responsibility. I think that a lot of Americans look at it as a responsibility as a citizen, but we also know that a lot of Americans look at it as a choice. So how do we help them make that choice? We also know that there's a lot of just confusion around it. People think that they have to go to the DMV or other places to register. They don't realize how easy it actually could be. Obviously, there are states and places where there are plenty of barriers around registering and voting, but it is a process that we're able to help move people through pretty quickly. And we want to be that partner. We want to be that group and that organization that you come to, and we want to walk you through the process. And that's where voting squads come in. We want people to sign up today to apply to become a voting squad captain and help to register folks in their networks, in their communities, in their jobs. We'll give them all the tools that they need to do those things.
How do they do that? Where do people go?
They go to whenweallvote.org.
Whenweallvote.org.
Whenweallvote.org, and they click on Take Action, and they can apply to be a voting squad captain.
And to be clear, this is not a partisan effort.
Correct. And that's why Mrs. Obama wanted it not to be a partisan effort, because she wanted us to not make this about one candidate, one party, one election. This is about voting at all times, voting for your mayor, voting for your school board chair, voting for positions that you probably don't always think about, but making sure that it's something that as Americans, we realize that we have power in our voice, and that is our vote, and we'll give you the tools that you need to help you to do this.
Is she going to be out on the trail a fair amount next year?
Absolutely. I think she will be out along with all of our other co-chairs. Last year in 2018, we had over 2,000 events. With her, we had over 200,000 people attend these events, these voter registration events. So we intend to put forth the full court press yet again to ensure that we're out in the community.
The First Lady, as you know, she made a powerful statement recently about discrimination. This was at the Obama Foundation Summit. I'm going to share it for our viewers and listeners on Sirius Satellite Radio, and we'll talk about it on the other side. Here's what she said.
I can't make people not afraid of black people. I don't know what's going on. I can't explain what's happening in your head. But maybe if I show up every day as a human, a good human, doing wonderful things, loving my family, loving your kids, taking care of things that I care about, maybe, just maybe, that work will pick away at the scabs of your discrimination.
What role do you think race is going to play in next year's election?
Well, I mean, I think if we're honest, race plays a role in everyday life. You know, as an African American woman, I walk around and race plays a role. Like when you check into a hotel, when you get into a car, and I think that we can't ever look past race. I think the beauty about where we are in this moment is that people are more conscious about race. It seems like this country is willing to have a little bit more of a conversation about race. So I think just as it has played a role in each and every election previously and prior to this one, it's going to play a role again. But I think it's going to play a different role. It's going to play a more honest role, a more authentic role where people can talk about race.
Stephanie Young, sounds like a great initiative. Thank you for coming by to tell me a little bit more about it.